Hey Wallace, Matthew here with freeprescriptionlenses.com, and with the help of my GoPro camera, I'm going to show you how I cut prescription lenses with anti-glare for your Prada, the VPR 220. And of course, hang on. We got your Prada cleaning cloth, your card of authenticity where you can register with Prada, and of course your Italian leather Prada case. And now the star of the show, the main attraction. Come on, flip back close. There we go. It is the Prada 220. Of course, it comes with a little plastic sleeve on the left temple to protect the temples during shipping while it's being shipped from Italy. Hopefully you can see that in the camera there. And again, this is and you're going to get all of this when I ship to you. It is the Prada 220 color EAB 101 in the 54 eye size. That is the blue horn. Hopefully we can see that. Well, I got a flashlight. That is the blue horn. Beautiful, beautiful frame. So let's begin. I'm going to take out your original demo lenses, one of which says Prada on there. Pop these out, and of course you're going to get all the manufacturer's original packaging to know you are getting the real deal. But I'm going to place the frame into the tracing element of my edger, hit the start button, and everybody wants to know, how does the computer know what shape lens to cut? This is why. This little stylus is going to pop up and go around and trace the right side of the frame before doing the same thing on the left. Here at freeprescriptionlenses.com, where everyone, hang on, I got just my camera, it wants to fall. Come on camera, come on camera. A little bit looser, hang on, sorry about that, but yeah. Where was that? Oh yeah, that's right, where everyone loves a bargain and no one is disappointed in quality. You buy a genuine, authentic Prada frame and you'll receive one free pair of clear single vision prescription lenses or non-prescription fashion lenses. My receipt has my federal ID tax number, so if you have vision insurance or flex dollars, you will get reimbursed for this purchase whether they are prescription or not. Wallace, you know you need some prescription. Those days of just wearing glasses for fashion are over. So that is the shape of the lens we'll be cutting tonight. Let me minify it down to the correct size. That green outline is the shape of the lens. Let's go ahead and magnify it back again while I'm working on it. Let's see, your pupillary distance for your right eye is 31. I'm going to go ahead and program that into the computer. It automatically pops up at 32.5, so I'm going to hit this minus button 3 times. It's going to go down in 0.5 millimeter increments. The first time we're at 32, 31.5, 31. So let's come down here and get your lenses prepped. Your prescription reads -2, -2.25 at 81. Which one of these? -2, -2.25. In fact, let me mark these for you. This is the right lens. So -2, -2.25 at 81. I'm going to spin the axis wheel to 81. But I'm going to put the power drum on my, let's zero this out and make sure everything's centered. I don't want to induce any prism. So I put the power drum at -2. I'm going to take the lens out of the protective sleeve, put the lens into my Marco 101 lensometer, find the optical center of your lens, check your spherical power, that is perfect, check your astigmatism correction, that looks good, and everything is lined up, and I'll explain what all that means in just a little bit. And I'm going to put 3 dots on your lenses, which are pretty light for me to see. In fact, that's even light. Let's put some more ink in the lensometer. Come on, lensometer. Let's do the right side. Oh, the right side is always tough to see anyway, no matter how much ink I put in there. Let's clean everything off. Let's do it again. Check, line up your sphere power, locate your optical center, check your astigmatism correction, which again, as I said, I will repeat in just a moment. Let me make sure everything is lined up perfectly. There we go. There we go. Now we're cooking with peanut oil. Now we're cooking with sriracha sauce. Put the dots on there. There. Now we got some dots. Now we got some dots. 1, 2, and 3. And this is the right lens. Let's do the same thing for the left. -2.25, -1.25 at 90. -2.25, -1.25. That is your left at 90. Put the cap back on the pen. Although, hang on, if you miss any of that, let me recap. Oh, that joke never gets old. Never gets old. Alright, only to people watching the video does it get old. It never gets old to me telling it. So let's put the power drum on -2.25. Put the lens in, rotate it until the sphere power comes in clearly. Find the optical center of your lens. Check your astigmatism correction. That is lined up perfectly. And let's put 3 more dots on your lens. 1, 2, and 12. Okay, I just didn't know there was going to be that much math. And I'm going to put an L on that lens, which stands for not right. Which, just like me, I ain't right either. So, let's see, which is the right lens? That's the right lens. Let's put it on the platform. Now, this is a block, or as I like to call them, Jenny from the block. I need to attach this to your lenses while it is cutting. Look how much your lenses minify. But I need to attach that to your lens, so I need a double-sided adhesive sticker, of which I've got 2. And I'm going to put one onto that block, put that up there, put it on the second block. Now, if you were paying attention, you would have seen that little silver button on the back. That is a magnet. That is going to do its job twice tonight. The first time is just about now. I'm going to take the paper off to make the black side sticky. I'm going to marry that magnet to something magnetical inside the arm there. Now, the reason why I put those 3 dots on there is that it tells me that it's lined up on the perfect meridian, that it's not off kilter. With your astigmatism correction, your lenses cannot be rotated at all. So that blue cross is the geometric center of your frame. If you were to measure vertically and horizontally, that blue cross would be in the center. And so your eye is just inset from there. In fact, one other thing I want to do, let me raise the optical center. I'm going to go up 3 millimeters, just based on this frame. I'm going to put your optical center there in the center of those crosshairs, and then the other 2 dots tells me that it's lined up perfectly and it's not off kilter. I'm going to hit that button. That arm's going to come down and place the block onto the right lens. Let's now do the same thing for the left. Place it on the platform. Pull the paper off to make the black side sticky. Your pupillary distance for your left eye is 32. So I'm going to tap the plus button until that goes up to 32, 31 and a half, 32. We are done. So it measures the optical center, the height of where the lens is going to be sitting at. Line everything up, hit the button. The arm's going to come down and place the block onto the left lens. So this is the actual edger. This is what costs $40,000. It weighs 200 pounds. I recommend everyone go out and buy their own. Set it on your kitchen counter. Then you can cut your own lenses at home, and you won't need this guy to do it for you. So the actual cutting wheel is over here on the far right. It's going to act like a heavy grit sandpaper to grind away your lens material. This wheel in the center with that channel, that little valley, that's what's going to put the V-shaped bevel onto the lens so it stays inside the bevel of the frame. So let's go ahead and let the magnets do its job a second time. It's going to hold it in place into the chuck, or as I like to call it, the Charles, because I don't know this machine well enough to call it Chuck. Yeah, I know, I'm recycling jokes. Tough, deal with it. So let's wake up the computer. That is the shape of the lens I'll be cutting. These are polycarbonate lenses. If they were plastic, high index plastic, Trivex, I would select that, but we're going to stay with polycarbonate. I do not want to polish the edge of the lens. I do not want to put a bevel on the front surface, the convex surface of the lens. I only want to put a bevel, safety bevel, on the rear concave surface of the lens. I'm going to hit this green arrow, which is start in every language. The door closes, the clamp shuts, and then the lens is going to be traced by 2 white styluses, making sure that it's large enough to fit into the frame. You can see as it's going around measuring the shape of the lens. And of course, doing it the old carpenter saying measure twice, cut once, is also measuring the thickness of the lens at every point to know exactly and precisely where to place the bevel so you have the least amount of edge thickness showing. Now, if you see light flickering in the background, that is water to catch the optical sawdust. Polycarbonate lenses cut dry, where plastic and high index lenses and Trivex cut wet. So for the last 20 seconds of the cutting cycle, you will see water sprayed onto the lens. It's just to wash away any optical debris. So your lens is now begin cutting. Now, as I mentioned, your lenses are made out of polycarbonate. Polycarb is 40% thinner and lighter than regular plastic. It is virtually unbreakable. Your lenses are bulletproof up to 22 caliber and have both UVA and UVB protection built into the lens already. We know what the sun's harmful ultraviolet rays can do to your skin, where your eyes are 8 times more sensitive than your skin, so you have permanent sunscreen for your eyes. Unlike the lotions, creams, and sprays that need to be reapplied every couple hours when you're in direct exposure to the sun, This is permanent and will never need to be reapplied. Now the other nice thing about your lenses are they are aspheric. Aspheric simply means not spherical, not round. A spherical lens is completely round in every direction and gives you that ugly cosmetic fishbowl appearance. So an aspheric lens is much flatter to fit in today's flatter curvature frames. Now when you buy glasses from people online, they charge you for the prescription, which is no bueno. Then if you want to upgrade to the thinner, lighter weight, unbreakable polycarbonate lenses, they charge you another fee for that, which is double no bueno, double no bueno. I'm learning Spanish, by the way. And then if you want the flatter curvature lenses that give you the widest field of view possible and eliminates that fishbowl appearance, they charge you another upgrade fee for that, which is triple no bueno. I don't know what triple is in Spanish. Triple, if double is that. So you get all that for free simply by buying the frame from me. And of course this frame sells for $299 and you will get one free pair of clear single vision prescription lenses. You pay the extra $40 for the anti-glare coating. Now the anti-glare coating is 3 features in one. Let me get a lens without it. The first feature is that it eliminates glare when driving at night, particularly driving at night in the rain, but from street lights, stoplights, computer screens, overhead fluorescent lights. Now the second feature is a cosmetic feature. It's an anti-reflection lens. That's why it goes by the initials ARC, which stands for anti-reflective coating. So when someone's looking at you, they're not looking at their reflection in your glasses. It makes for much better eye contact. Plus, if someone takes a picture of you with a flash or a selfie, you don't see the flash lit up in your lens, you see just your eyes. Now the third feature that I like, which is the practical side, it comes with the industry's hardest scratch coating. It takes over 24 hours to apply the anti-glare coating, and the machine costs well over $1 million. So to protect their time and their investment, they're going to give you the hardest scratch coating possible to protect your investment. So I'm going to dry your lens off so it is not slippery. Run my thumbnail around to get any of that optical sawdust. Can you see that as it falls? Just a little bit. And I always let it fall onto the floor, because this is where I mind kids. I went to school for years to learn how to make a mess and drop stuff on the floor. So kids, if you want to grow up and make a mess, you gotta stay in school. So I'm gonna take my little Phillips head screwdriver and do my little lefty loosey. I did take it out all the way. Shame on me. So I just better not drop that screw or you'll see me on my hands and knees looking for it. Come on, don't fall, don't fall. There we go. I'm gonna tuck your lens in. Come on, lens, get tucked, get tucked. I am going to righty-tighty, and I've got your frame pressed on a piece of moleskin to protect the finish on the top side of the frame. I'm going to tighten that down, and we're in. So now let's go ahead and work on the left side of the frame. I'm going to flip that over to L, which again stands for not right. I'm going to put the lens into the Chuck, the Charles, the Chucky baby, and hit the green button again. The door closes, the clamp's going to shut. Now the lens is going to, the two white styluses are going to trace the lens to make sure it's large enough to fit into the left side of the frame. You can see as it's going around tracing. And as always, measuring the thickness of the lens to know exactly where to place the bevel so you have the least amount of edge thickness showing. And of course, in this frame is very minimal and you have above average prescription. But let's go ahead and take this block off. I'm going to go ahead and inspect your right lens while the left is cutting. But look at the curvature of the lens. It is not protruding out. See how flat that is? That's going to give you a much better look, a much better quality of look. So let's come back down here to my very dusty Marco 101 lensometer. I'm going to put it in just above that red dot. I'm going to spin the axis wheel back to 81. Come on, 81, there you are, one tick mark away from 80. I'm going to read the prescription off the lens and I'm getting -2. Now, the reason I'm reading that, the unit of measurement we use in the optical world is called a diopter, spelled D-I-O-P-T-E-R. It starts at 0, which we in the business call Plano, which other people in Texas call a city. But it goes up from there in quarter increments, so 0.25, 0.50, 0.75, 1, 1.25, 150, 175, 2. We have a winner. So you need 8 steps of spherical correction. you are you are nearsighted. Without your glasses on, you can see perfectly, but you can't see far away. Anything beyond arm's reach gets fuzzy. So you need 8 steps of minification, not magnification, but minification. That's why there's a minus sign. Without your glasses on, everything is much larger than it really appears. Now you need an additional, you're already at the 8th rung of a ladder. You need another 9 steps, more than, it's over doubling, over double, for astigmatism correction. Now there is a stigma over the word astigmatism. It just means shape. It's like saying someone has straight hair, someone else has curly hair. That is it. It is not a disease. It is not an affliction. So think of this first number makes everything the correct size. Astigmatism is what makes things fuzzy. That's why 6s and 8s look alike, or the letters P and F. So we're going to think of it as the fine-tune knob, and we're going to turn that knob to 81. A straight line like the top of this card is 0 to 180, with 90 being in the center and 270 being at the bottom for those of you keeping score at home. So I'm going to turn that knob to 81, which is where that is, and we're going to check your astigmatism correction. And when we are done, I'm going to end up reading 4 1/4, 1 tick mark away from 4. That's because, remember high school algebra, you add 2 like signs together? Yeah, don't worry, I've forgotten high school algebra too. Let's use today's terms. You loaned someone $2 and then they borrowed another $2.25. They would owe you $4.25. 4 1/4 in the red. That's where we were at. So your left eye needs less correction. Now you do need 1 additional step for far away. 2 1/4. Again, 9 steps of correction, but only 5 more steps of correction for astigmatism, and we're going to turn that knob to 90. Now this last number, 81 and 90, that number can be anywhere from 0 to 180 and doesn't mean anything. These first 2 numbers are real values to be concerned with. So let's see, 8 and 9, you have 17 steps. If you're on a ladder, you're on the 17th rung of a ladder on your right eye. 9 and 5, you only need 14 steps of correction for your left eye. Sounds like your left lens is just about done. I'm going to go ahead and open this door with my mind. You like that? I can do other things with my mind. I can melt ice with my mind. I can. It just takes me a couple hours. I just have to stare at it, but I can do it. Alright, so I'm going to run my thumbnail around to get all the debris off and just drop it right on the floor. Why? Because people come over, they see a lot of stuff on the floor, it makes them think I've been busy. That's how I fool people. Although I do work 7 days a week, totaling about 100 hours a week, so I don't have to fool people and think I'm busy. I'm a one-man show. I cut every pair of lenses that get shipped worldwide, and I am a perfectionist when it comes to fitting, and you want someone like me on your team. And Wallace, especially with your prescription, you want someone just like that. It's going to make sure your lenses are perfect. There is no margin of error. Of course, I have no margin of error for any prescription, but especially yours, Wallace. So that has been tightened down. Let's go ahead and take the block off. And of course, minimal edge thickness, even with your prescription on a larger frame. But let's come down here and we're going to inspect your lens. We're going to spin that fine-tune knob, the axis wheel, to 90. Let's go to 90. Put it in just above that red dot and read the power off, and I'm getting -2 1/4. -2 1/4. Now you have another 5 steps of astigmatism correction, so we're going to end up 2 1/4 and 1 1/4 makes 350. Let's check your astigmatism correction, and we end up at 350, exactly halfway between 3 and 4. Wow, Wallace, that turned out perfect. I couldn't have done that any better if I'd done it myself. Wait, I did do it myself. Okay, so your pupillary distance is 31 for your right eye, 32 for your left, for a total of 63. Let me turn the card around. I'm going to measure those red dots on your lenses. I'm going to place a 0 against the PD stick on my right, on your right lens, and when we hold it up to the left lens, we're getting 63 millimeters, so that is made perfectly. And of course, this is the point in every video that as I clean your lenses, and I mention that, you know, when you get these in the mail, and as always, free shipping anywhere in the United States, but when you get these in the mail, there's a very small chance that these could fit too loose or too tight. However, there's an 80% chance that one side is going to fit higher than the other, and that is because 80% of people have one ear that is higher than the other, and I'm no different. I'm part of that 80%, and I'll show you in just a moment. But because of that statistic, 99% of all optical shops will do free adjustments if you ask them. So if these aren't fitting just perfect when you open the box, just take them down to your local shop and ask them to adjust it. Make sure to ask that it's free, but it should be, and it only takes about 30 seconds to a minute for someone to adjust a pair of glasses perfectly. So, but I'm going to get these in standard alignment first, which is also known as the 3-point stance. The 3 points are 1, 2, and the bottom of the frame is 3. I set it on the counter and press down. There is no wobble, and when I say wobble, I'm going to show you how I'm part of that 80%. When I take mine off and I press on the counter, they wobble, but they sit level on me. Let me put mine back on so I can see what I'm doing. And for those of you keeping score at home, I am wearing the Gucci 2248 in color 4VD. Because if you're not for VD, you're against it. Sorry, my wife hates that joke. It's a joke, honey. It's a joke. Relax, calm down. I'm not for Charlie Sheen. You know, so. All right, that's bad. Okay, you know what? Now's a good time for me to shut up and just start talking about the glasses. So that is it. And of course, let me give you one of my premium microfiber cleaning cloths. Since you have the blue horn frames, I'm going to give you a blue cleaning cloth to go with your black one. Now, I also provide instructions not only how to care for your glasses and your lenses, the frames and lenses, so they will last you for years, but I include instructions on how to care for your Italian leather Prada case. Oops, where'd it go? And your Prada cleaning cloth, as well as my cleaning cloth, so they will last you for years. No other seller on the internet does this, I am told, from people who do that. I also include a photo request to have your picture on the website. And Wallace, I would love to have your picture on my website wearing these. So that is it. If anyone has any questions, just email me at freeprescriptionlenses@gmail.com or simply click contact me through the website. Wallace, I hope you enjoyed watching as I cut prescription lenses with anti-glare for your Prada VPR 220, color EAB 101, which is the blue horn. And hopefully everyone else has got the chance to see how I bring that love and feeling back to glasses. Thank you.